My name is Dr. Esther Trufan, and in this video, I am going to demonstrate the titration of a sodium hydroxide solution, which for today is 0.15 molar. With a hydrochloric acid solution, which I already charged my burette with, this hydrochloric acid solution is of 0.1 molar concentration. And I already charged it, meaning that my burette has the hydrochloric acid solution initial volume at close to the 0 mark. This allows me to do a titration with a volume of up to 50 milliliters. The indicator for today's experiment will be methyl red, and we're going to use an Erlenmeyer flask in which we'll have the analyte and we'll add the titrant into, and then we're going to have the graduated cylinder to measure the sodium hydroxide solution that will be added. I'm going to measure between 15 and 20 milliliters of my sodium hydroxide solution. I will lower myself to eye level with the meniscus, and I find that the volume of my solution is 18.60 milliliters. I will transfer it into my Erlenmeyer flask. Set the graduated cylinder to the side. I will add about 2 drops of my methyl red indicator, which turns my base solution yellow. And then as I titrate, I will titrate until the solution becomes a orangish red or reddish orange. Because I am right-handed, I will have the Erlenmeyer in my right hand, and I will control the valve of my burette with my left hand. Before we begin the titration, we want to lower the meniscus of our solution from the burette to eye level, record our initial volume, which is 0.47 milliliters. And then we're going to raise it up enough so that our Erlenmeyer can comfortably slide under it. And we begin. At first, we can be more confident, but as we see color change occurring, it is a good idea to slow down. A gentle swirl is the right way to go and get a good balance between mixing and avoiding outside influences. If the foot of the stand on which your burette is fixed is not pale, white, or other pale color, you may want to slide a white piece of paper under it so you can detect even faint color changes. We can see that when we add drops, the solution where the drop was added is changing color. So that means we may be approaching the end point of our titration. But it's still yellow when we swirl it, so we just want to move to a gentle dropwise addition here. The idea is to do this titration until you are confident with locating the end point of our titration. It's slowly turning into a golden color, and when it turns slightly orangish, we need to stop. And if you're not sure, it's always a good idea to stop, swirl, and if it's still yellow, keep going. Still yellow, but notice it takes more and more time to get to that color change. And you want to catch that color change within a drop, which we did in this case. So now we turn our burette to face us. We record our final volume, and it is 31.93 milliliters. If we had stopped a drop earlier, that would probably have been fine, but it looked a little too yellowish at the time, so I went on and added 1 more drop. Sometimes the size of the drop may vary in the process of the addition, but as long as you are within 1 or 2 drops, your titration can be considered a success.